Alright guys, time to deck tech. This recent Friday, which was yesterday, I did a Grixis control deck. I kind of brewed up a little Grixis deck. Always wanted to do this with a bunch of blockers and control. I ended up 4-1. I lost my first match because I couldn't draw anything, and then the next 4 matches I just went ballistically crazy. Very fun. So let me talk about what I'm going through here. First off, the creatures. Creatures aren't as big, so I don't have as many in here, but I run 2 Evil Twin because copying stuff like Drag Tusk, Angel if you see it, my Snapcaster Mage, killing legendaries, and also I copied a Predator Ooze, which kept me on board for quite a while because that thing's indestructible. So, pretty good addition to the deck. I run 4 Snapcasters. Most decks I see, if I look online, they're like 2 or 3 or 0, but having the ability to flashback all instants and sorcery, like burn stuff, it's really versatile. So I had to do 4 because I have them. I like a card. I borrowed 2 Olivia from my friend. Olivia is just sick as hell. It wipes out tokens, it takes control of big dudes, and she's a good flyer. Also one of my favorite cards in Innistrad. And my final creature is Niv Mizzet, Draco Genius. His ability to ping creatures or players and then draw cards whenever he deals damage is phenomenal. So if they're about to Supreme Verdict, you can in response ping them for a couple damage and draw however many cards. Maybe draw the second one. And then I run 3 Rakdos Key Runes. This thing right here is basically the card that wins me the games if I play control matchups, because if they wipe the board, this thing lives. And if they try and kill it, I counter it. So a 3/1 first strike kills pretty much every creature in this format, like 5 mana or less. And yeah, this thing is crazy, except Deadbrugge Goliath, of course. And then flipped Huntmaster. The Planeswalkers, I run a single Tamiyo. A lot of the deck lists I've seen run Jace Memory Adept, but I already have 2 regular Architect Thoughts. So Tamiyo is pretty cool with Architect of Thought out. So I played this, and this thing was probably the most dominant card in my deck for Planeswalker wise, because it just wrecks and taps down things, and I couldn't get the ultimate out because I kept getting attacked, but it was pretty sweet. And then I didn't use the minus, I just kept tapping stuff down. I tapped this guy's 2-lander field because I couldn't draw anything to play against the guy, and I just kept tapping his 1 land. He only had 1 land open, and he kept discarding stuff. So it was kind of rough for him, but I couldn't draw anything. So I also run 1 Nico Bolas. Nico Bolas is crazy. When he comes into play, he destroys a non-creature permanent, so that kind of slows your opponent down. And then you can -2 for gain control of anything, so it's pretty crazy. Didn't get to do the ultimate, but still, he's fun. He's a fun Planeswalker. And then 2, of course, Jace Architect Thought. This guy's awesome, negging 1 for a plus, and then also you could pretty much do his second ability twice if he lives. So he's pretty good card advantage, and I like that a lot. On to the instants and sorceries. We'll go to the right to the left. We have Counterflux. This is a very underestimated counterspell. Of course, it cannot be countered, so if you're on the stack of spells, you counter their spell with this, they can't continue and counter this one. So this card was very used yesterday. I've seen this card a lot in play, so Counterflux is getting big at our place. I run just the 1 Sever main board, plenty in the sideboard, because this card get rid of like Entreat the Angels, tokens, zombies, or scavenge creatures, because that's really versatile. And indestructible creatures too helps out a lot. I run 4 Pillars because Pillar is just awesome. It's a lot of sorcery speed spell like Sever, Pillar, Mortars, Bore, and so on. But Pillar kills zombies, it kills little dudes, it just gets things out of the way. Plus it also burns them to the face, which I did a lot, so I really like Pillar of Flame. I got 1 foil one in here too, so it's pretty cool. Next we have Mysium Mortars. I usually got the 6 mana most of the time, so overloading this, I have a lot of red sources, was pretty easy. We're just wiping out 1 dude for 2 mana, it's pretty solid. 2 Bonfires. I bonfired like Miracle cost like probably 5 times. I also was able to play Bonfire for the hard cast for 2. I minused Chandra the Firebrand and I did 4 damage, and then next turn I flashed it back. It was kind of funny. a fun card. I also had a choice to do Bonfire for 0, but it was, my friend next to me was laughing because I was like, oh, should I do, what was I thinking? On turn 2, kind of funny. Dreadbore is awesome, even though it's a sorcery speed card. I forgot it kills planeswalkers. Like some situations, I had this in my hand, but I didn't use it on a planeswalker because I forgot. But when I used it on creatures, it helped out a lot, so I love that card. And then I run 3 Forbidden Alchemies. Before the tournament started, I didn't actually have these in my deck. I almost forgot to put them in there. I was like, well, how am I going to draw anything? So I picked these up. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. I need these, and they save me a lot. So, and then 2 Rakdos of Returns. This was a very asshole card because you play this when they mold a 4. You have the card advantage and the land advantage, and you do it for 4 or 5. They lose their entire hand, and they're stuck. So, hello? I don't know who's home, but that's pretty sweet. Shut the door real quick, sorry. And then that's all for my instants and sorceries. And then land base, I have 4 Sulphur Falls, 2 Islands, 4 Steam Vent, 1 Swamp, 4 Blood Crypts, 4 Drowned Catacombs, 3 Dragon Skull Summits, 1 Mountain, and just 2 Drawn Yards. I didn't run Lighthouse because I didn't have any space. I actually didn't see these once. I used it once on a zombie player, but usually when you do a zombie player, it kind of helps them out, so I didn't even see them. Might cut them out, I don't know. And the sideboard I have, it's very jumbled. I have 2 Chandras. This guy pinged me with his Chandra main deck about 15 turns, like 15 damage. Then he did the ultimate to beat me. That was pretty good, so I sided these in and did that Bonfire combo. I run Curse of Echoes ×2. This card's just ridiculous. You put it on a control matchup, mirror match, and you get to pretty much play whatever they play, so that's awesome. I got 2 more Severs in the sideboard for, like, you know, creature decks and like scavengers and stuff, and Untreat the Angels. I run 3 Pithing Needle sideboard because that's good for against planeswalkers and like Tormod's Crypt and stuff. 1 second. Tamiyo is also good. That second Tamiyo is good. You change out something else, you put Tamiyo in. Good control matchup. 1 ultimate price for the monocolored decks, like zombies. I run 2 Is It Charmed, you know, do looting, counter a spell like planeswalkers, or do 2 damage. And last but not least, Syncopates. Syncopates, I didn't bring these in, but I just threw them in there because they're good. And countering stuff and exiling them are pretty solid. So that's the deck Grixis Control, 4-1. I might do it again next week, but I'm pretty sure I'll do Is It Control with Gutter Snipe. So stay tuned for next week, and hopefully you enjoyed this video. Try it out if you want. Any questions, leave it in the comments, and I'll see you later. Bye.